Hey guys, it's been such a long time since I feel like I got on here and made a video for y'all, but I'm back in full effect, ready to drop some looks for you guys and show you guys how I create these beautiful units. So welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be making a glueless shortcut in color 613. Now I did go ahead and sew my closure to the side off camera. I have a video of me doing that from start to finish. I will link it below if you have not seen it yet. And I did pre-straighten some of the tracks before I start gluing down. I have another video of me doing a shortcut that's a little bit more detailed on the beginning of it. I'll link that below as well. I thought that I recorded this from like the start of me gluing the tracks down, but I guess I didn't. So right here I'm just going in and I'm laying the tracks down in the back of the shortcut. Like I said, I did already pre-straighten this hair, and I will link the video showing you guys why and how I do that for the shortcut units. Also, guys, do not mind my fingers. I have been in the shop working, coloring wigs, so the black stuff that you guys see on my hands is dye. Took me like 3 days to get it off, so don't even mind that. For this unit, I did use white glue. I'll link a link for that in the caption as well. You can use black hair glue if you want to, but it's 613 hair. It can get very messy. And this is for a client, you know, I like my stuff to be neat and right. So white glue is the way to go for me when I'm doing anything 613. And if you watch my other shortcut video, I'm using that same brand of hair, the Tara. But instead of the 123, I'm using Tara 246. I will also link that in the description as well. It's really good hair. I will say that the color pieces like 613 and burgundy and stuff is a little bit more thicker than the black hair, but it's still really good hair. So the pieces that you guys see me laying down now is the 2-inch hair, and I try to use all of the hair. I try to use everything. So even the pieces that I just showed y'all, I'm going to stretch them around the cap, connect them, and make them fit all into it. And then we're going to move on to our 4-inch. If you are new to my channel and you haven't watched any of my other videos, I am a wig stylist, a glueless wig stylist, and a glueless wig maker. My website is thediamondwigcollection.com. Facebook and Instagram is The Diamond Wig Collection. I make these units for my customers. If you're interested, you can shoot me a DM. You can visit any of my social sites. You can visit my website and put your order in. I promise you will not regret it. I make beautiful units, guys. Like, they're beautiful. And they are 100% glueless. Even this shortcut that I'm making will be glueless. My customer will be able to wear it without getting it installed if she doesn't want to. When I'm gluing these tracks, I am trying to stay not necessarily like on top of each other, but kind of close, because it's 613 hair, and when we start cutting, we don't want it to be any spaces. We don't want to see any tracks. We want it to be just really smooth, a smooth transition when we cut. So I'm going to try to use all of the hair in the back, and I'm going to glue the tracks close together. Okay, so now that we're done with the 2-inch, we're going to move on to the 4-inch. And like I said, I pre-straightened the hair. We're going to move up to the 4-inch. And this time, we're doubling the tracks. So we'll be putting 2 tracks together and gluing them down both at the same time. This is for thickness, the way that I want the cut to lay, and also to make sure that I'm using all of the hair. And plus, it'll save you some time, okay? Like, you already gotta glue the back down one track at a time. So once you get to the longer pieces and you can start doubling them up, like, highly suggest you do that to save you some time. Okay, so right here I wanted to pause the video and kind of show you guys how I do like a marking for where I want the tracks to stop, because we're also going to be using hair for the bang pieces. We're going to be using pack hair. So I just draw like a little guideline to show you guys where the 27 piece stops and where the track hair will go. So the 27 piece will go behind there, and then the track hair will go all right there. Okay, now if depending on like how long you want your bang, you can come up higher with the 27 piece in the front. Sometimes I do that. I think on the last video I came up a little bit higher. This video I went all the way up there with the track pieces, but this video we're gonna stay down there because she wants a longer bang. Now, if you don't draw the guideline, you don't have to. It just helps me. And I also wanted to show you guys how it's supposed to go, and visual is always best. So, whenever you realize where you want that 27 piece to stop and you want the track hair to begin, you want to make sure that you stay close together so that when it's time to lay the tracks, everything just blends smoothly. Okay, so before we move on to our 6, I'm going to take my razor comb out and I'm just going to start shaving down. This is just something that I do to give me a visual of how everything is going. You can wait until you have all of the hair in and start cutting, but I never do that. Now, we're not going to cut, all the way in depth because it does still have a shower cap on. The mannequin head up under this black cap. But again, I just want to see where I'm going with my cut. So I go ahead and I start cutting when I get done with that 4-inch. Now, I think I said this in my other video, but I'm going to say it again in this video. If you've never used a razor comb before, you want to be very careful about how you cut, okay? You need to see the vision before you start cutting. Look at it and see where you're trying to go with it instead of just going in and cutting, because once the hair is gone, baby, it's no coming back, okay? Be very gentle with the razor. Don't be heavy-handed. You want to be light. Again, this is 613 hair. You don't want any gashes, and you just want it to be a smooth transition. So just take your time. See the vision before you start cutting, and yeah, don't be heavy-handed. Be light and just take your time. Okay, so now that I've shaved my 4 down, we're going to move on to our 6-inch hair. Now, we're going to double the tracks with this as well, but we're going to start going in kind of like a cross motion to close it in because I want the cut to be stacked in the back. So the 6-inch hair is all the way in. That section right there is where the pack hair will go for the bang. And you guys see what I was saying about it being stacked. Okay, all of that is going to be shaved low, and then we'll kind of have like a feathery look for the top of the hair. And I also am going to shave some of that down too before we start going in with our pack hair. So Empire is the pack hair that we will be using. It's in color 613. That's what we're going to use to do our bang, and it's 10 inch. If you want to go longer, you can do 12. If you want to go shorter, you can do 8. So we're going to start off at the very bottom, and we also are going to double the tracks with this as well. I did not use the whole pack of this Empire hair. If you want to use the whole pack, you can. It's just all about your preference, how thick or how thin you want your bangs to be. And when we glue the bang hair down, we're literally going straight to that 27 piece. Like, everything needs to be connected, okay? You want to get as close as possible without putting glue on the hair. Like, you want to get right up there to make them meet, so that when it's time to do your bang, everything will just flow like it's supposed to, and nobody will be able to tell where the track ends and where it starts. So I do change the position that I'm laying the tracks at one point. And this will be for the effects of the bang coming in the face with the closure. So I'll glue about 2 tracks or 3, depending on how thick I want it to be, right there in the front where the closure is going to come. And then I'll start back going just straight across to just close everything in. Okay, so now that our bang hair is in, I went ahead and I took that shower cap from up under my cap. I put it back on the mannequin head, and now we're about to really get to the cutting, and we're going to do the styling as well. I did want to make sure that I mentioned to you guys, because I think on my other video I didn't do the part up so high, but for me doing these repeatedly, I figured out that when you're parting the closure, because this is a 5x5 closure, you can use a 4x4 or a 6x6. It's totally your preference. But I use 5x5s, and with the 5x5 closures, if you part your part up high for these side parts, it'll make the bang look better, because you won't have so much hair to curl when you get to the bang part. And you guys will see what I'm saying when I'm curling. So the part is kind of high. It's not a lot of lace where the bang part is. Most of the lace will be where the 27 piece shortcut will be kind of like behind your ear. Now for the side of the closure that's going to be short, I'm literally just going to cut it to the 6-piece that's in the back so that it can go behind your ear or be worn to the side. So I'm just cutting it even with the hair that's in the back. Now I'm going in and I'm going to really cut my back, do my stacked effect. When y'all be seeing my hand motions in these videos, it's because like when I'm recording, I'm literally talking as if I'm talking to y'all like live, like trying to explain. So that's what my hand motions are when you see them in the video. And I don't know if y'all notice, but when I'm cutting, I'm not going too much all the way to the nape areas of the wig. I stayed that kind of for last because my customer did express to me that she was worried about the back of the wig covering her hairline. So I didn't go in on that too much. I kept it kind of thick, and I'm also going to keep it kind of long. I did thin it out though, but just not too much. And I did keep it long because, you know, I wanted to make sure that it did cover her nape area. So I didn't taper it too much. So when I'm cutting, you'll see me just not going all the way down to the ends, and that's why. Normally, I would use Nairobi to mold my wigs down or whatever and do my baby hairs, but because this is 613 and Nairobi is blue, I had to use a different foaming mousse that can be found in your local beauty supply store, the foaming mousse that I'm using for this. And it works just as good as Nairobi. So keep in mind, if you're doing like a 613 anything, using that blue tint mousse or any mousse that has like a color tint to it can definitely affect the hair. So be careful with that, because I've definitely made that mistake before. So after I finished molding everything down, I put the wig under the dryer and I let it sit for about 30 to 40 minutes. I let it sit that long to make sure that everything is dry. We want it to be completely dry so that we can start styling the bang. And yeah, we almost to the finish line. So this is after I take the unit from up under the dryer, made sure everything was completely dry. I use a holding spray. Doesn't matter what type of holding spray you use if you choose to do this. I use the holding spray on my baby hairs to just press them and make sure that they stay in place, because this unit is being shipped. And then I went through and I flattened out my closure. We're going to bump the back of the hair, the 27 piece. We're going to bump it a little bit with the flat irons, and then we're going to get to curling and cutting our bang. Now, bumping the 27 piece is optional. If you don't want to do this, you can skip this step, because this Tara hair does already have like a feather effect. So it will give feathery no matter if you bump it or not. But I just like to go in and just bump it a little bit. Like I said, it's being shipped and I don't want anything to move. I want it to look right, when it arrives in the box. So I'm just going through, I'm bumping the top part, the part that's going to sit up, with my mini flat irons. Now, y'all, I was honestly, I had never did this before. I never used my clippers on my shortcuts, only my razor comb. But something was like, go in and hit it with your clippers a little bit. And I did that, and I loved that finishing look that it gave. Everything was super flat in that bag. Honey, the stack set up, okay? Like, the wig really gave. So this is optional as well. Like I said, this is my first time trying it. If you use the clippers, same thing with the razor comb. Just be very gentle. And then, like I said, I'm not going to taper the nape of this wig too much. I kept it long, but I just went in and just gave it like a clean all-around finish, straight lines. But I did keep it long. Okay, so now we are going to cut our bang, and you can cut with a razor comb or you can cut with shears. Totally up to you. I start off in the back because I want the bang to be like how the back of the 27 piece sits up. I want the bang to kind of flow with that. Like I want it to be kind of short and fall down to like a long layered look. So I razor in the back, I come in, I do the bang, and then we're going to take our 1.5-inch curling iron and curl. I will say if you're going for a more feathered look, you want to get a big curling iron. The small ones will not give you this effect that this bang will have. So keep that in mind when you're curling if you're trying to go for this type of look. I'm going to be curling in smaller sections. And when I'm curling with the curling iron, I'm going to be letting it fall. Like, see how my hand is going in that motion, like a twisty motion, to give it that feather look. You don't want to do candy curls, okay? We want to do feathers. So you just want to curl in this motion. And we're literally going to do this same hand motion for this whole bang. We're going to do the same hand motion for this whole bang. You guys will see me going in with my shears a little bit more, taking it to the hair, giving it that cut that I want it to have, and then curling it the same way all the way up until we get to the closure. After I'm done curling my bang, I just went in and I cut away any little straggling hairs that I seen and did my little finishing touches. And yeah, this is how the wig turned out, guys. I thought it turned out very beautiful, but I want to know what you guys think. Did I eat this up or not? Let me know what you think in the comments, okay? And thank you guys so much for tuning in with me again. I am officially back. I will be uploading more videos for you guys. If you have not already, please like and subscribe. And you can even share this video if you're feeling a little frisky, okay? Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Until next time.